Exactly. And you know what? With the wellness policy, changing and things like that, people talk about the hardcore attitude era before, and they're saying like how hardcore that was and how now they're being a little bit too soft. And I'm thinking, yeah, but look at the golden age and how many people like died. Not even. Like some people from the attitude era died also.
Yeah.
So even though for you who are not fans of wrestling, just something to think about. Like wrestlers, one statistic I found, are 20 times more likely to die before the age of 45 than professional football players. So that's just something to think about. Okay, so to wrap up on the show, we're going to go through a top 5 for each of us, and who's like getting the spotlight, or who's just really awesome. So why don't you go first?
Okay, so my top 5 may differ a bit from what my co-host here had. I unfortunately tended to focus a bit more on the top tier talent, the guys that are really pushed, and there are guys out there that I still really adore. I'm a huge fan of Daniel Bryan. I do like Sin Cara and where he's going. He just needs to tune up a bit. I do love Sheamus, but my top 5 would be right now people that I can't watch wrestling without. CM Punk. The man is by far, back to the Jake Roberts theory, the man is a master of mind games. And yes, I am wearing my Nexus shirt, and I can see my co-host checking it out.
Nexus.
Nexus. But CM Punk, there's rumors going around that by the end of summer he won't be around anymore. And that really upsets me. I mean, I can't see watching Monday nights without Punk. Just like I can't see watching Monday nights without my other top selections, like The Miz. The Miz definitely has come a long way from Tough Enough and being that annoying little guy that started that I couldn't even stand.
How many years has he been in here?
The Miz has been there for probably a good 4 years, maybe.
Yeah, that's not a lot of time to...
But what The Miz has done since then, he started off on Tough Enough, started after that doing like stupid little in-ring segments with the divas and little bikini contests, which
he was
were
like
really
a host or something, right?
He was like a host.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even that funny. I hated him. And then he teamed up with John Morrison, and it started to click. And I became a fan of both of them. All the way to Miz winning the United States Championship, which... Oh, and also turning on J-Mo, which really did break my heart. That was Michael's Jannetty all over again.
Now he's injured, and...
Yeah.
We wish you the best.
And, of course, all the way to The Miz cashing Money in the Bank. By far the happiest night on Raw I had in a long time.
Beautiful.
And obviously the third competitor, notice one of my guys are on SmackDown. SmackDown is a good show. It has plenty of great talent. Just don't have a lot of time to watch it, unfortunately. Alberto Del Rio. The guy has been a great talent since he's come in there. He was so great that he started off his night beating Rey Mysterio the first night.
Mm-hmm. He's on both shows now, too.
Del Rio?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, he shows up on, like, Raw and stuff like that, doing...
He's on Raw now.
When he was in SmackDown,
Oh, yeah.
That's, like, how hot he was.
Yeah. And, come on, his little cars and his little scarf and his little poses,
yeah, but he does show up on SmackDown sometimes.
Yeah.
So, that's cool.
AJ Styles, I've been a fan of AJ Styles since I first started watching TNA, which was back in about 2004, maybe 2003. AJ's always been a phenomenal talent. I've seen him maybe 2 or 3 times live, and words cannot describe the amazing things I've seen him do. The whole fortune thing's a little weird, but always know AJ Styles will be that one guy that TNA always relies on.
Right.
And finally, I would say Sting, but then I realized, oh wait, that was Mr. Anderson in makeup.
And he had hair.
The blonde hair, which was phenomenal. He looked just like old school Sting.
Yep.
Ken Anderson has always been a fan. I've always been a fan of his since the day he came on the scene. The whole Mr. Anderson thing, or the whole Mr. Kennedy thing at first was really annoying. But now, it's one of those things that you can't live without in his character. And the whole asshole thing behind his character and how much of a jerk he can be, it's just something amazing.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'll let my partner get to her top 5.
All right, so this is not really a top 5 for like forever, because Swagger would be every single that. I really like Jack Swagger. I think he's a great talent. Needs to be pushed more, but so forth. Okay, this is just a top 5 to watch out for. 1, Alex Riley. Holy crap, that turn that he did on Miz, phenomenal. I thought it was so good. And, you know, I really like The Miz, too, just like my co-host, and, you know, it's just like that Raw where I watched it was just really good. It really popped the crowd.
Yeah,
ridiculously.
He's like the new John Cena to them right now.
Yeah, he's doing great. And even though he sort of did stuff with Michael Cole last time, it was alright.
Oh, and for the record, Alex Riley has officially been moved to the Raw roster.
Okay, great.
So...
Yeah,
him and Miz will be happening.
Yeah, because that whole draft thing was... Jeez, whatever. That's something for a different time. Alright, going to Impact for a little bit. Crimson. He's someone to sort of look for. I think he's good because I really like his form, and I feel like he has a really good potential to be a great wrestler. You know, obviously he's probably got to work on a few things because he just got into that spotlight. He's going on this undefeated streak right now, and it's just like something to look for. Him and Samoa Joe are having some sort of tension, but they'll probably get...
it's either going to come down to Crimson surpassing Joe, or Joe being the man to defend his streak and end it there for Crimson.
Yeah.
Which I honestly am hoping for because I am pro Joe.
You're pro Joe all the way. Alright, so that's just something to look for. Alex Shelley came back from an injury, apparently. Saban has tore his, let's see, his ACL and his MCL, yeah. So that was just announced on Impact. So because Robert Roode, I think, has the whole arm injury thing going on for him. So they have to defend their titles. And Alex Shelley said he'll step in for him for gun money, apparently.
Phenomenal name. I love that name.
This is a good name. And you know what, though? I really like the Motor City Machine Guns because they're just, like, an amazing tag team which you just can't, like, see anymore. They're, like, the best in the world along with Beer Money. That 5 series thing that they did.
Oh, my God. That was insanity.
It was really insanity, but it was also really good. So that's something to look for. I would really like to see if there's any good, like, heel turns possibly for Shelley since now he's got to be solo for a little bit. I imagine Saban be out for like at least a year.
Saban's not going to be back until 2012, definitely.
Okay, so that's confirmed. Eric Young. Alright, I have never seen somebody that entertaining in his own way since him.
Eric Young is one of those guys who's been so funny for so many years. Eric Young, like when Sting was first coming back to TNA, Eric Young being petrified of the impending Sting doom was just amazing because Eric Young was the only guy that knew he was coming.
Yeah, great.
And
he's really a great talent and stuff like that. So now he's a television champ now, along with that fake title he carries around together. So yeah, he's always great to watch. But now that he has a title, I think that they'll probably produce him in a better way than when he was with
Orlando.
Yeah, him. You know, that was an okay angle, but this one's probably going to be better, and I already see it being better. By the way, that match with him and Anderson, Thursday.
Sting versus the not-so-great Muta.
Hilarious.
I will be honest, Eric Young caught me by surprise. I completely forgot about the Great Muta spitting mist. And when he caught Anderson, I almost had an aneurysm because I was that excited. Oh,
man, the way he won the title was really funny, too.
Making fun of the old Hogan, Kevin Nash finger poke of doom.
Yep, that was really great. All right, and lastly, Christian, for obvious reasons, with his heel turn. I feel that also the responsibility from Edge retiring is sort of like kind of being passed on to him. I don't know if that's just coincidental or, you know, he just like sort of stepped up and manned SmackDown, but then, you know, Orton got drafted, and now he's a champion. So that's going to be some great feuding right there. I'm not really sure how long this is going to last for. Not, like, really long, like, per se, Punk and Orton how they like to stay heel for, as long as they can. I'm actually really surprised that Orton is being a face for this long. I don't know if it's like he went back to liking it, or that's just the way that he wants it to go for a while to give other people a chance to do some sort of feud with them. But yeah, that's like another guy to look for is Christian. Alright, so thanks for listening to No Holds Barred. I can't say that fast for some reason. Visit yourworldinhardcopy.blogspot.com. We got a new contributor. And this, again, was the June 2011 edition. So thanks for watching. Leave comments. Subscribe to the blog. Subscribe to our channel. And hopefully you'll see more of us later.
Thanks.
See you later.